and welcome to an exclusive webinar on new products and features on ICICIdirect platform that makes trading and investing easy for all of us. To talk on this and more, I have a very special guest with me, Mr. Saurav Sultania, VP Equity Product Group, ICICI Securities. Welcome, Saurav.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So markets are quite volatile and they have been holding up very smartly. And recently we have seen a rush of investors, new fresh investors entering the market. At the times of volatility, there is an opportunity to invest also. Where should one invest and how can one select stocks and build up a portfolio on ICICIdirect platform?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me here. And I'll take from the first part of what you had asked, and what you mentioned, that markets have been extremely volatile. Mm-hmm. And, I'll go back literally 12 months, just a few months away, jog our memories back. We were at a pandemic, at a market situation that, in fact, I think the best of the clients, I can say, would have had nerves of steel to kind of, remain held on to the investments. But I can tell you one thing, I'm very happy to kind of share that, on retail side, we've seen significant amount of inflows from our clients in the month of April, May, June, July. And, we're really very happy that, that kind of investments which retail investors, and, typically retail investors, people associate that, they are the, not the smart lots, and, the foreign investors are the smart lots. That's typical the way people associate retail investors. Mm-hmm. But I can tell you, as a leading brokerage house with large, sizable client base investing in India, we saw significant amount of investors investing, and which has actually, and they kind of sitting on serious handsome returns. So the learning, which I think, which we've seen from investors and from this market cycle was that, if there is an opportunity to buy quality, and I'm using the word quality in a little more bold, HDFC Bank was available at 900 rupees.
Right.
I'm saying that kind of quality when investors can buy at good prices, I think, the wealth creation kind of really happens. And obviously this is once in a decade, once a century kind of event, which has happened. But that's essentially the story, that buy quality, buy it at all market cycles. And, I think wealth creation kind of happens. And even in this market situation, though we have kind of moved to the extreme end of the curve, but it's still the same philosophy would have to continue, that, buy quality. I think that really needs to be the essence. Don't chase markets. Don't chase, news, or, just look at that as, I think that should be a fundamental parameter to investments.
You just talk about the quality. If we talk about the fresh investors who are the first time entrants into the stock market, what does quality mean to them?
Sure. So and I'll be a little more laymanish here. Yeah. What do you see around you? Okay. Products of companies, which you use. Let's say, today, let's say, Netflix. Mm-hmm. Everybody is using Netflix. It's not that one person is using. You've seen the kind of content that they produce. You look at the quality, of content that gets produced, and not just. I'm saying, so if that's on the entertainment side, you look at a bank that you would trust your money with. People, more and more people in India using it. A Maruti, and I'm not referring as a stock example. I'm not trying to say it's an investment idea. But I'm just think about it, that, the kind of people in India who would have held or who would have had a Maruti car at any point of time in their lifetime. Mm-hmm. So quality is essentially companies, whose business models are very, very robust across years. I think that in my mind is something, which I'm trying to say might be dumb investing. But it is a very, over a period of time, it's a smart investing method, which has kind of, tested all the seasons.
There's lots of competition in the market. We have seen with the influx of new investors coming into the markets, there have several new brokerages which have come up and they are offering discounted brokerages to attract the new clients. Could you please share the offerings by ICICIdirect and how cost effective is it going to be for the traders and investors?
Sure. I am very happy for this question, and thank you particularly for this question. And I just want to kind of, before I move to the question, I just want to take one, a point as well, that one more thing, which is also happening in this market is the market cycles are getting shorter. If you look at, what used to take 6 months or a year or a decade to happen, now perhaps happens within, weeks of 50 days time. Just in March, we are here this year, 2021, same time, March 2020, we saw a different life altogether. So, I'm just trying to say that this also is an important thing for investors to know that, be a little more nimble-footed as well, and have in your targets on your portfolios as well. And, that I think is an element also which investors should kind of keep in mind on. But coming back to the important topic and coming back to where we are, this entire reason of our being together here is on what are the new things and what are the brokerages. And I must address that as a first thing, and there is a lot of, noise and competition. So what we've done over the last 2 months, many of our clients will be happy to hear and be aware that we have also launched a discount brokerage offering, which is ICICIdirect Neo. And what we have done is, in one of the key segments in futures, we're offering our clients zero brokerage fees. Zero brokerage. So, nothing, you just pay zero on futures. You do intraday, you hold your positions, zero rupees. In options, we're offering our clients 20 rupees per order, unlimited, 20 rupees per order. In equities, we're again, you buy a stock today, sell today, we're offering 20 rupees unlimited per order. So we've kind of, upped the game on the brokerage side. And, I can tell you these rates would be even better than because there's nothing better than zero, that's one. From an investor perspective, there are a couple of things which we've done. And one was, I can tell you, which has been really, really more than 3 lakh customers of ours have used it, is MTF, margin funding. Typically, if you look at retail investors, they don't sit on cash at all point of times. You're invested somewhere else, you're fully invested. So you don't have cash, markets are down, but you still don't have cash to kind of encash the opportunity. So what we did was we allowed our customers to buy stocks today, and we told them that you could pay later. And, and you can pay that after a year, 6 months, 1 year, whenever you feel comfortable, you pay that money, but you buy the stock today. Okay. So that's an ability which created for retail investors to participate in the market. You could then look at a stock falling and you can think that, okay, I can buy. And we allowed this absolutely digitally on our platform. Customers could go online, pledge their shares, or even if they had, let's say, 1/4 of the cash, they could use that. And we could allow them to buy 3 times more, 4 times more stocks. And what we did, uniquely, I can tell you that we kept the interest rates absolutely low. And, we've offered this funding to retail investors at 8.9%, which is almost among the lowest, I can tell you, in the market. So on whatever areas, which is important to investors, traders, the price, they're very price sensitive. Investors, they need to encash opportunities. So, we've kind of addressed and come out with pricing solutions which are very attractive.
Could you please tell us something more on pledging of share and getting the funds to invest? And this is not clear with the new investors.
Sure. So I'll tell you, it's now it's digital. So first of all, we've made the entire ecosystem completely digital. What we have done, just from a layman perspective is, let's say, you are there and you want to buy a stock today and you're holding, let's say, stocks worth 5 lakh rupees in your accounts. It's just an example. And obviously, you're not sitting on cash. And you see that, HDFC Bank from 1550 rupees has come down to 1400 rupees. And you think it's a great opportunity and let me, kind of invest something in HDFC Bank. So what we allow you or allow clients now is that you could go online, you could pledge your shares, and that's completely online. And, you get limits against it. So on a 5 lakh rupees of, let's say, you're holding shares, you will get, after an haircut, let's say 3.5 lakh rupees. You get that 3.5 lakh rupees instant limit in your account, and you can buy stocks up to 10 lakh rupees with that. So you use your existing shares, you don't bring in any cash, and just do a block, on the shares, and a limit is created, and then you use that to buy stocks on the margin funding. So what has happened, additionally, I'll tell you, is that till September, this process used to be a click and a limit available. Okay. SEBI, because there have been many instances of, sour oranges or bad apples in the market, brokers have misused the shares of clients in their accounts, unfortunately. Now, with that, something which has happened in the market, what SEBI did was that it said that if you have to, if the client have to use the shares, the broker can never take the shares in his own account. You need to pledge the shares in the customer's account only. Because the shares always remain in customer's account. It is only in, and that confirmation is also done through an OTP. So when you have to pledge, there will be an OTP sent from the depository. You confirm, then the limits are created. So in a way, I'm saying it becomes one step more, but it becomes very, very safe ecosystem. So it's such a safe and robust ecosystem which has got created that, you use your shares. There is an OTP that you validate with, because, that secures the transaction. And, and you buy stocks and you, hold on that stock for whatever period of time. So that's an, additional change which came about. But otherwise, I can tell you, just to kind of take a 30 seconds more on this. It's very easy to buy a stock with this. You can just go online, go to shares margin section, ICICIdirect.com, create your limits. The limits are created at the end of the day. By the end of the day, the limits are created. Next day, you can come and, we have two options on our platform. One is on our website, we have something called Flexi Cash. So, you don't pay cash, you have flexibility to pay the cash, or you use margin. Margin is a common term which is used in the market, that you don't pay the full amount, you pay a little bit now and, pay the balance later. So you use either of these products, buy the stocks, and, and then the stocks are there with you. So you want to, after 7 days, you feel that, okay, I made 5%, I want to come out of it. You simply go sell off and, just the excess profit gets to your account. After 1 month, suppose you think that, no, it's not making money, let me not making money, let me take delivery of the shares. So you bring the balance, let's say 25 to 20,000 rupees, and take the shares in your account and hold it for whenever you want. So in a bull market, people want to participate in market cycles, and, it kind of helps investors do that. So that's something, which I think, as I said, 3 lakh investors, retail investors participating is a sizable number, to kind of have.
One more question here. If I want to release my shares from the pledge, how do I do that?
And that also is completely digital. So you just go online in the same section, shares margin, where you created that limit, just go and say reduce. So, and the shares come back to your, the pledge is removed.
That is two of the payments I make, right?
Yeah. If you use your limit, then if you use your limit, then you have to close the position. And once you don't have a position, then you can unpledge your shares. If you have a position and you want to, pay that money and take that delivery, then you can do that. So if you have a position and you want to take the shares back also, that won't happen, because there is a limit, there is an outstanding position on the securities. Yeah.
So let's talk about the smartphones. Nowadays, smartphones are full-fledged trading screens. You want to know the quotes, you have it there. You want to see the charts, you have it there. You want to see high, low, close of the stock or the research on a particular sector or a stock. It's on a click of the button. You tell me, how is ICICIdirect capitalizing on this? And what is the kind of details that you provide to customers on click of a button?
Sure. Thank you. I will tell you 2-3 things here, and I will also kind of let you know that there is something that, is a future plan of ours, is that we're working on a very, 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 very different mobile app. And I can tell you that once we launch it, we're very excited to build it. I think it will be one of the most fabulous platforms that customers will experience once that comes in. We, feel delighted in-house looking at how it's shaping up. So that's, obviously a little, few months away from where we are today. But on the platform experience also, I can tell you that, we have we do believe that, there is obviously more scope, but we've kind of moved up our game here. One of the latest things that we've done is even introduce the entire investment tracking on WhatsApp. So on WhatsApp, let's say, so many people of us, we don't have the time during the day to monitor portfolios. You can just simply go say hi to ICICIdirect on the WhatsApp number of ours, and you can track your portfolio. So, and it will give you a list of 10 items. Like, you want to track your portfolio, then you want to look at your, let's say, open positions, and you want to look at your F&O open position on real-time basis. All these information comes to you, on WhatsApp itself. You want to look at research, that what is it that ICICIdirect is recommending today to buy. Is you just WhatsApp 9, I'm just giving a number. That's on the ICICIdirect, and you get all the information. So I'm just saying that from WhatsApp, which is now the new gen tool, to even, I'll just give you another thing that we've introduced, which is getting very popular amongst our customers, is one-click portfolios. So, the entire essence of investing is about, kind of creating money for yourself. And I'm sure, you've been kind of engaging with many of us. One of the important thing, and something which we really believe is important to us and our customers, is the investments on quality research. And as an institution, that we believe is something which is very, very important to customers. So we have today one of the finest and largest retail research team in the country. And our research team obviously looks at stocks very detailed, fundamentally, not just speculative kind of way. And we come out with and we started coming out with portfolios. So what, instead of saying a customer chemicals may buy Sudarshan chemical, and I'm saying obviously we do that. We say let's say that these are the 5 fab chemical stocks, or when what would be the vaccine winners, or when there was an MF rejig, we came with an MF small cap stock portfolio. So there are various portfolios which we've created, like say tourism. I'm saying across sectors, 3-4 stocks, and we give that to our clients, and they can just buy at a click on the mobile phone. And which I can tell you, which Vijay uses the word, that it's built with a lot of cool features. So you can actually see how many of customers have viewed that portfolio. So I can tell you, one of the portfolios, you'll see the views would be upward of 60,000. So 60,000 people would have seen the portfolio. You could share it with your friends on WhatsApp. The entire experience of investing is, at a click. And from a return perspective now, so we have launched around 26 portfolios, and clients over 3 months. So I'm saying, talking about 3 months, have made around 15% returns. Not annualized. This is 3 months, 15% returns. So obviously, and that's something which is really, I can tell you something which our clients have really felt great about. We've received really very happy. Obviously we have to continue the performance, but that's something, which has been one click. Is something which has been very, very popularly used. Just a minute on research more. I'm stressing upon it. There is something that you call as gladiator. These are stocks which are technically and fundamentally, we believe very bullish on. In this financial year, 89% of these stocks made money for investors. 89%. What I mean by that is 89 out of 100 stocks that we recommended would have made money for investors. Now, this is something, which we believe is a very important element to what customers are eventually trying to do. They're trying to make money for themselves. And as a brokerage house, how good and how close can be with that goal. I think, either in terms of helping you invest well, either tracking your portfolios, either giving you the tools, like funding to make money, or as if you're a very active trader, then how do you reduce your cost so that, you can actually do well in your business, or, in this trade.
Really, it's a very nice feature that you spoke about, the research-based feature. I remember there was a news in the sector, and we couldn't, find out the number of stocks that we could invest in. If there's a news in, say, chemicals space, and we know a few stocks which might get impacted by that news, but the kind of portfolio that built in will really help investors in finding the real stock and building up their portfolios. Are you also having some kind of a feature that if I have a wish list of stocks that I really want to get into, and I am tracking and making a mock portfolio on ICICIdirect, and you have an alert system where you say that, okay, this is a level that you had put for your stock. You wanted to buy at this stock, at this level, and there's an alert from ICICIdirect saying that this level has reached.
Absolutely. So I can tell you, in fact, we're improvising that further. So first of all, any investor on our account client can put a stock, and let's say any stock. I mean, I'll give you, and the names I'm going to take are not in any way recommendation, but let's say IDFC First Bank. And somebody wants to believe that, I want to buy a IDFC First Bank trading at 66 rupees, I want to buy 60 rupees. The moment an IDFC First Bank touches 60 rupees, you can set an alert and you get a message on your phone. We're even trying to build it on WhatsApp. So the moment that stock touches that price, you get a WhatsApp that 60 rupees has come, hey, you want to buy, and the mobile app will kind of open up for you. So we have that on SMS right now. SMS is a engine which we kind of transitioning to a new generation engine. But that kind of ability to tell you to alert you which stocks to kind of when the stocks have touched your price is something which we've had. And I mean, I do know that there are lakhs and lakhs of users who've kind of inputted their own prices to track their stocks.
Any new features that you're working on, Saurav?
Yeah, I mean, so many, I can tell you. The couple of things which we've gone live with very recently, I just want to take a few minutes and kind of talk about that. I think one of the things that we've gone live with are live charting solutions on our platform. I think it is very, very important, for our customers. And today I'm happy to share that, today on equity side or on F&O side, clients can, set up their live charts. They can even set up their watch list on a single stock, and it's a streaming watch list, so it streams live streaming watch list. There's a chart, and you can do your as much analysis, more than 100 indicators are there, and you can buy, sell from there. So from the chart itself, you can buy. So the entire experience of tracking your watch list, looking at the charts, placing a trade from there is something which we've just introduced on our platform, and I'm kind of happy that I'm happy to share that. I'm sure clients will see value in that. Another thing which we have done, I think I would feel that is unique to what customers would want is, every client has their stocks in mind, and for them they are interested in that stocks only. If somebody's bought Titan, is more interested in what Titan does and what Taneira will do, the sari business will do, and their live glasses business will do, because that's where you invested your life. Invested in, let's say, Mahindra Auto at this point of time or something there. And same happens in derivatives. So what we've done in derivatives, specifically I was tell you, is that on your position, so if you hold let's say 15,100 call, on that particular strike, whatever information is available, which is what are the Greeks, what are the payoff, what are the live charts, add all at a single place is what we've kind of put in, and we show investors that this is how your this trade is looking like. So that, and we believe that a lot of value is in personalization. I mean, in fact, investors are looking at personalization, and that's what we experience. Another thing, because markets are also sometimes go crazy. So much of euphoria, so much. Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, to think that markets are crazy, I think the person is crazy. But sometimes it happens. Markets do feel invest. There's a lot of people chase momentum in the market. So what we've done, is when people are trying to buy risky stocks in our portfolio, we alert these clients. So we run an algorithm on nearly 8,000 stocks, or I'm saying whatever number of stocks are listed. If 7,000. And on that stock, if a company, let's say, if an investor is trying to buy a stock with a company which has done losses for last 5 years, so we will pop up an alert to the client saying that you're trying to buy a stock which is into losses for last 5 years. If the promoter has pledged all his holdings, 100% of his holding is pledged in the market, we would like to alert the investor that this is what it is there. So these are small things, but from an investment, suppose for a client to invest 50,000 rupees and happens to buy a stock just because somebody told him to buy, and then for him the entire experience is like zero, because he's kind of invested in such stocks. So we've tried to look at various algorithms which could kind of help investors decide what stocks to avoid, rather, let me use the word. And so, I mean, everybody talks about buy. I mean, trying to also think about what not to buy. So that's something which we've gone live. We call that iAlert, and we call that, in fact, iSafe as well. So try to be a safe ecosystem for you when you're buying. So and just one more thing, which we've kind of introduced, and I do feel that clients are very interested in that, is screeners. So a lot of clients, let's say, you would be looking at, I don't know what your preference is, but let's say, if you're looking at stocks in the banking sector, and then, you want to combine with, technicals of the market. So you want to look at stocks in the banking sector where the volumes have doubled in the last 10 days. Because, that's where, you feel that, okay, there is some action happening in the market. And you would also want to look at stocks which are, crossing their, 250-day moving average. So you want to do a multiple screening, which is fundamental, low price value, but looking at good technicals, and then try to identify some stocks, which could be like, things that you would like to hold. And that ability to, do a multiple, technical based screening or a fundamental based screening is something which we've, introduced recently on our platform, perhaps 15 days back. We call that iLens. So lens is like, you lens it out and see. So that's something, which we kind of, we see a lot of clients happily using. So that's something which is there on our, recently introduced both on mobile and on the web platform. So, this is a very important aspect. And, it's always a very tricky thing, what to offer to customers, what do they need? I think it's a never ending thing. And this is a journey that we, kind of constantly work. I just take a minute and I'll also tell you, one more thing, which I think is not a new thing, but, more than 6 lakh customers of ours use and appreciate, is the e-ATM feature, So, let's say today we are sitting on Tuesday. And, so Thursday, actually, if you look at it, markets are closed because, there is a holiday in between. So if you would have sold a stock today, you actually would have received the money. Tuesday is T day, Wednesday is 1, Thursday is off. So Friday you would have received the money. And suppose somebody sold the stock yesterday, tomorrow if he sells, he'll actually receive the money next Monday. Yeah. Because there is a holiday in between and there is a Saturday, Sunday in between. Now, as an investor, you've sold something and you only sell it for 2 reasons. One is because you wanted the cash, or you want to reinvest. Reinvestment is okay because you get the limit. But if you wanted the cash and you have to wait for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days to wait for your for your own funds, this is too much. For retail investors to kind of wait. And what we have offered to investors today is say that you sell a stock within 30 minutes, the cash will be there in your account. Okay. So you don't have to wait for Monday. Today we are sitting on a Tuesday. In 30 minutes time, the money will be there in your account. So that's what we call as.
And you'll be able to trade that, right? If you really want to reinvest.
You could trade that. You can go to the ATM, take it back, take the cash, and do anything that you want. So I'm saying trading is like very simple, but to give the cash to the investor, I think is the most important thing. Which we're kind of trying to say, which we're building and today offering to customers. That take the cash.
So I don't have to wait for T+2 settlement. You will give me cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And nowhere in the world, I don't think anywhere in the world anybody is going to crack it. A settlement cycle which is T+2 days in India, we're able to do that in 30 minutes to clients. So I think that from a retail investor point of view, we see a lot of people kind of being happy. Yeah. So depending upon what kind of so we have various Prime is what we actually we Prime we use the word from Amazon. So Amazon used to kind of have Amazon Prime, and the concept was that when you buy something, you want that stuff. So why Amazon Prime got successful 5 years back was that when you're buying, they said that we will give you 2-day delivery. We will give you guaranteed delivery. That is why Amazon kind of became in India, where it was obviously they gave great discounts. And in stocks also, we believe that what is it that customers really want? One, obviously research, advice, money, but they wanted their money. When you sell, you wanted access. Retail investors, access to the money is very, very important. Getting that money is like really, really important. So hence with Prime, we offer them instant cash. We even offer them up to 50-60% lower brokerage rates. So it comes down to nearly almost 15 basis points. So either brokerage or cash is something, which we today offer with Prime as well.
Mm-hmm. So very, very nice features that ICICIdirect platform has for the investors and traders both. Thank you, Saurav, for being with us. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all related documents carefully before investing.